Welcome back to another Sunday prep day. If you're new here, every Sunday I prepare for the week. So that includes cutting vegetables and doing any other things that take a lot of time. Like today, I'm going to make some soup and some pickled cucumbers. So as I chop up some onion, we'll start by going over the menu. So for lunch today, I'm going to do some ham and cheese quesadillas. And then for dinner tonight, I'm gonna do some shawarma on some pita. So I'm gonna saute the shawarma with peppers and onions, and I'm gonna serve that with some of the tzatziki I made last week because I still had some left over. So that needs to be used up. And then on Monday, Meatless Monday, for a lunch, I'm going to have some tomato soup that you'll see me make in a bit. But first, I'm going to cut all my veggies to get the ingredients ready. And then for dinner, I'm going to do a grain bowl, a vegan grain bowl. So I'm going to have that with beans and... Actually, I'm going to need to soak some beans in a moment because I'm just using some dried beans. So I'll soak those overnight, and then I'll cook those tomorrow, and I'll use some of the leftover salsa from last week. That would be a perfect way to use that up. And I might also use some corn. I still have some cans in the pantry, so that would be perfect for that. Then on Tuesday for lunch, I'm going to do some lettuce wraps with some chicken and some sauteed vegetables, so peppers, onions, things like that. And then for dinner, I'm going to do some chicken quesadillas, so that will be with what will that be with? So chicken, peppers, onions, and I have a few options for sauces. Like I have a chipotle sauce in the fridge and some other things. I might have some of that salsa left over as well, so we'll just see. So this yellow onion is for the soup, and the red onion is for things like the lettuce wraps and the quesadillas and some other things that I'll get to. So I'm going to take some of these cloves of garlic. 2 of these I'll throw in with the soup. Actually, I'll do 3. I'll just leave those whole because I'm going to puree this soup anyway. So, and I'll just cut up these other cloves for things like the lettuce wraps and the quesadillas and some pasta. Basically the same things I'm going to need the red onions for. So quesadillas, yeah. Then on Wednesday for lunch, I'm gonna do some chicken drumsticks. I'll air fry those, and I still have some green beans left over from last week, so I'll serve that with some green beans. And then for dinner, I'm gonna do some. I think I'm gonna do a noodle bowl. I could do rice, like a bibimbap kind of thing, but I think I'm gonna go for some rice noodles, and I'll do that with some gochujang chicken and some sugar snaps. So let's see. I have a couple of peppers here. I'm gonna do 2 red ones for the soup because I like my soup a bit spicy. Doesn't have to be super fine, but that's just kind of my default way to cut it. Since I'm going to puree it, it doesn't really matter. So we've done Wednesday, then Thursday, some more lettuce wraps. Put this with the soup ingredients. Yeah, lettuce wrap chicken, sauteed vegetables, or maybe I'll do some cucumber, or we'll just see. Then for dinner, I'm going to make some pasta with some bacon. These chilies, by the way, are for the lettuce wraps and for the pasta and the quesadillas. So I'll do these orange ones and a green one. If I had another red, I would do some red, but I just want to use the red as much as possible for the soup, so that's a nice red color when I blend it up. So, let's see. So pasta with bacon, so I'll do peppers, onions, chilies, garlic, bacon, some stock, and things like that. Then for Friday, Fish Fridays, for lunch, I'm gonna do some lettuce wraps with some tuna. So I have some tuna steaks in the freezer. So I'll dice those up and saute some vegetables, and that will go on that lettuce wrap. And then for dinner, I'll do some more tuna, but with I think a poke bowl, so rice, but it could change to like quinoa or oats, or because I'm just in the mood for a bowl. I don't know exactly what kind yet, but I'm kind of thinking poke bowl because I'm going like for fish, so tuna. And yeah, for vegetables, to go with that, I'll make the pickled cucumbers. That can go with that. I also have some small cans of corn in the pantry, and I have some pickled ginger. So we'll just see exactly what I feel like on Friday for toppings. So again, these peppers are for the lettuce wraps, for the quesadillas, for the pasta. So I have 2 of these pointy ones, and I have 1 regular bell pepper. So this one I'll just cut into little cubes as well. I'll do that real quick. So yeah, that's my menu this week, and I think I'll be doing another what I eat in a day video this week as well. So I'll record all the meals I'm having over the course of the week, and that will come out on Friday, so you can see what I do with all of these ingredients. So, almost done with this pepper. All right. Then next up, let's get some celery for the soup. Take off the ends. And since I'm going to puree the soup, I'm not going to do it super fine. So that can go in with the soup ingredients. Next, some carrots again for the soup. Cut off the tip. And again, I don't really care that much about size because it's going to get pureed. I just want it small-ish so it cooks quickly. That can go in. And what else do I have? I have some of these cucumbers. And I'll just do 2 or 3, kind of depends on how much I need to fill this jar, because these are going to go in my pickled cucumbers. So I'm just going to take my slicer and fill up this jar. So like I said, depending on how much I need to fill up this jar, I'll do 2 or 3 cucumbers. Okay, so that was 2 of these Persian cucumbers. That's fine, so I'll save this for another day. Maybe I'll use it with my lettuce wraps, or I'll have it as a snack. So that's the cutting for today. That took me 11 minutes. So let's clean up a bit, and then we'll start making the soup and the pickled cucumber. So before I forget, here I have some mixed dried beans. So I'll just add some water. And I'll just let this soak overnight so I can cook those tomorrow. And that's just a random mixture of I have black beans, red kidney beans, pinto beans, black-eyed peas, just a bunch of things. So in the meantime, I also started preheating my Ninja Foodi. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of oil to that. And for the pickled cucumbers, I'm gonna put a pan on the heat, and I'll add some rice vinegar. You can use any vinegar. Rice vinegar is just the vinegar of my choice. That's what I always have on hand. And add a little bit of water, about half and half, I would say. And then a little bit of sugar, not too much. And a little bit of salt. So I'm just gonna let that come up to temperature. In the meantime, the oil is hot, so I'm gonna add my onions, garlic, chilies, celery, and carrots to my Ninja Foodi. I'll add some salt, and I'm just gonna let this saute for a bit until everything softens. So the pickling liquid has come up to a simmer, and all the sugar and salt have dissolved. So I'm just gonna pour that over my cucumbers and fill that right to the brim. And I'm just gonna let this cool down. In the meantime, my vegetables have softened a bit, so I'm going to add my tomato products to make it a tomato soup. So in this case, I'm just using tomato puree. You can use canned tomatoes, diced tomatoes, whatever you have. You could use fresh, of course, but this is just what I have on hand. And normally I would add some peppers to my tomato soup because I like that combination, but just trying this. It's like a tomato and pepper puree. So add some of that, and I'll just let that saute a bit because with tomato puree, you always want to give that a little heating through to get that raw flavor out of there. And for a little bit of smoky flavor, I'm gonna add some chipotle powder, just for a bit of spice. I know there's already chilies in there too. I like a bit of spice in my soup. And I'm gonna add some smoked paprika as well. And then I'll just add some water. Give that a good stir. And I'll throw in some of my parsley. I'm just gonna leave it whole because when I blend it, I already said earlier, I want to keep that red color. So I don't want to blend in a lot of green. So I'm gonna leave them whole so I can just pick them out when the soup is done. I'll mix that in. And then I'm going to switch it from saute to pressure cook. You could totally slow cook this or just use a pan or whatever, but since I have this, I like having my pressure cooker because it's quicker and it's only vegetables, so I'll do 30 minutes. So, yeah, nothing to do now but to wait until the soup is done, and then I'll come back to close out the video. So the soup has finished cooking, it's cooled off a bit, so I'm just gonna take my immersion blender and give that a blitz until everything is nice and smooth. There we go. I did take the parsley out before I blitzed it up, but that can now go in a container to go in the fridge. So there we go. That's everything prepped for the week. I can now have lunch or dinner on the table in minutes. So yeah, if you like this, I do this every single Sunday. And like I said, this week I'll be filming another What I Eat in a Day video, where I show you everything that I eat from today until Friday when the video goes up. So you get to see what I use all my ingredients for. But yeah, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Until next time, bye for now.